Have you ever wondered why some men in their 60s seem to age with strength and energy, while others begin to struggle with weakness, fatigue, and declining health? The truth is, the difference rarely comes down to luck or genetics. In most cases, it's about daily habits, those small decisions repeated over years that shape how the body ages. Yet, most men don't realize the importance of these habits until problems begin to appear. The good news is it's never too late to take control. Even after 60, the right changes can add years of active, independent living and even reverse some of the damage already done. Let's face it, men often prioritize their work, their families, or other responsibilities while putting their own health in the background. By the time they reach their 60s, many discover they're paying the price for decades of neglect. But imagine this. Instead of being tied down by medications, doctor visits, and daily aches, you wake up every morning with steady energy, sharp focus, and a body that still responds to your efforts. That is not a fantasy. It's the result of adopting science-backed habits that researchers have confirmed can change the course of aging. Here's the challenge. Most men wait until something goes wrong before paying attention. High blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, or joint pain are often the wake-up calls. But the truth is, prevention is far more powerful than treatment. Scientists now understand that aging itself is not just a number, it's a process influenced by inflammation, loss of muscle mass, hormonal changes, and reduced resilience of the heart and brain. The right lifestyle choices can slow these changes dramatically. In fact, research shows that men who adopt healthier routines even later in life can cut their risk of chronic disease by more than half and extend their active years by a decade or more. Now, here's the part many overlook. This is not about dramatic overhauls or impossible routines. It's about smart, proven habits that fit naturally into daily life. Habits that protect the heart, keep muscles strong, support the brain, and maintain vitality well into the later decades. For example, studies published in leading medical journals consistently highlight that even small adjustments, like improving hydration, prioritizing sleep quality, or adding specific nutrient-rich foods, can create powerful results for men over 60. These aren't gimmicks or trends. They're strategies backed by decades of research and clinical trials. So why should you keep watching? Because in this video, you're going to discover health habits that men often wish they had started much earlier. Each habit is simple, achievable, and verified by science to make a measurable difference. Whether it's protecting your heart, keeping your memory sharp, or preserving your strength, these are not just tips. They are tools that can keep you living independently and actively, even beyond your 70s and 80s. And as a reward for watching until the end, you'll learn one final, overlooked habit that experts say can unlock surprising benefits for energy, resilience, and even mood, something almost no one talks about, but every man over 60 should know. Aging is inevitable, but decline is not. You can decide today to stop accepting that getting older means slowing down or giving up. This video is your guide to the habits that science has proven can change the way men age. And it all starts with the first step, right now. One of the most important habits men over 60 often overlook is protecting and strengthening their heart. Your heart is the engine of your entire body, and yet it's also one of the first organs to show signs of aging. By this age, arteries may stiffen, blood pressure can creep up, and cholesterol imbalances are more common. These changes silently increase the risk of heart disease, which remains the #1 cause of death among men worldwide. But here's the powerful truth: much of this risk is preventable. Studies show that lifestyle habits, not just genetics, account for up to 80% of heart health outcomes. That means the choices made daily have more impact than family history ever will. One of the simplest yet most effective changes is focusing on nutrition that directly supports cardiovascular health. Research from the American Heart Association highlights that diets rich in fiber, omega-3 fatty acids, and antioxidants reduce the risk of heart attacks and strokes dramatically. Whole foods like leafy greens, berries, beans, nuts, And fatty fish such as salmon or sardines are proven to protect artery walls, improve circulation, and lower harmful cholesterol. In contrast, processed foods, excess sugar, and high-sodium diets accelerate damage by fueling inflammation and raising blood pressure. For men in their 60s, shifting the balance toward nutrient-dense foods can make a noticeable difference within weeks. But diet is only one part of the equation. Movement is another critical piece. Research has repeatedly shown that even moderate activity, such as brisk walking for 30 minutes most days, lowers blood pressure, improves circulation, and strengthens the heart muscle itself. What surprises many men is that you don't need extreme workouts to see results. In fact, overexertion without preparation can cause more harm than good. Instead, consistent moderate exercise, combined with simple strength training, provides the greatest benefit. The National Institutes of Health reports that older adults who maintain regular physical activity not only lower their risk of heart disease, but also preserve their independence longer than those who remain sedentary. Another overlooked factor is sleep. Many men in their 60s dismiss sleep problems as normal aging, but science shows poor sleep is directly tied to heart risk. Sleep apnea, insomnia, and short sleep duration raise blood pressure and increase the likelihood of irregular heart rhythms. Prioritizing 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep each night helps the heart recover, regulates stress hormones, and improves overall energy. Small steps, like keeping a consistent sleep schedule, limiting caffeine late in the day, and creating a calm bedtime routine, make measurable differences in cardiovascular health. Hydration also plays a role that's often underestimated. Dehydration thickens the blood, making it harder for the heart to pump effectively. Research indicates that proper hydration supports circulation and helps regulate blood pressure. For men over 60, paying attention to water intake can be a simple but powerful way to ease the strain on the heart. And finally, stress management cannot be ignored. Long-term stress increases cortisol, damages arteries, and keeps blood pressure elevated. Techniques like slow breathing, meditation, or even spending time outdoors are not just soft solutions. They are clinically proven to reduce cardiovascular risk. One large study even found that men who practiced relaxation techniques regularly lowered their heart attack risk by nearly 50%. The heart may be one of the most vulnerable organs as men age, but it's also one of the most responsive to care. Even if someone has lived decades with less than ideal habits, starting now brings real rewards. Lower blood pressure, steadier energy, fewer medications, and reduced risk of sudden cardiac events are all within reach. Protecting the heart is the foundation for living with strength and independence after 60, and it begins with the small, consistent habits practiced each day. After the heart, the next key focus for men over 60 is preserving muscle strength and mobility. Many believe that losing muscle with age is simply unavoidable, but research shows otherwise. The condition known as sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, does not have to define the later decades of life. In fact, the body can continue to build and maintain muscle well into the 70s and even 80s, provided it gets the right signals and nutrients. This is critical because muscle is not just about appearance or physical power. It directly affects balance, bone strength, metabolism, and even brain health. Weak muscles increase the risk of falls, fractures, and loss of independence. Strong muscles, on the other hand, protect the body from these risks and support an active, capable lifestyle. The most effective habit to combat sarcopenia is resistance training. Studies published in journals like The Lancet and the Journal of the American Geriatric Society consistently confirm that strength training is safe and beneficial for older adults. Simple exercises such as squats, light weightlifting, resistance bands, or even bodyweight movements stimulate muscle growth and improve function. Just 2 to 3 sessions per week can lead to significant improvements. What's most important is consistency, not intensity. Men who gradually build a routine discover greater endurance, more confidence in movement, and reduced risk of falls. Nutrition plays an equally powerful role. Muscle is built from protein, and older bodies actually need more protein than younger ones to trigger the same repair and growth response. Research suggests that men over 60 should aim for at least 1.0 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily, spread evenly across meals. Sources like lean meats, fish, eggs, dairy, beans, and lentils provide the building blocks muscles need. Adding protein at breakfast, a meal often skipped or lacking in protein, makes a noticeable difference. Pairing protein with resistance training creates the strongest impact on preserving strength. Vitamin D and calcium also matter for muscle and bone interaction. Without enough vitamin D, muscles weaken and bones lose density, raising fracture risk. Sunlight exposure, fortified foods, or supplements if needed can help maintain healthy levels. Omega-3 fatty acids from fish or flax seeds further support muscle function by reducing inflammation and improving recovery after exercise. The synergy of these nutrients keeps the body resilient. Equally important is maintaining daily activity beyond formal exercise. Long periods of sitting accelerate muscle loss, while frequent movement maintains blood flow and keeps tissues strong. Men who stand up often, take walks, or do simple tasks like gardening or carrying groceries are unknowingly practicing one of the most effective anti-aging habits. Research even shows that those who avoid prolonged sitting live longer and maintain more independence than those who remain inactive. Regardless of formal workout habits, balance training is another overlooked piece. As muscles weaken, coordination declines, making falls more likely. Incorporating simple balance exercises, such as standing on one leg or practicing slow, controlled movements, strengthens stabilizing muscles and reduces fall risk significantly. These habits require little time but deliver huge protective benefits. The message is clear. Strength and mobility are not luxuries for older men. They are necessities for healthy aging. By building muscle, maintaining balance, and fueling the body with the right nutrients, men over 60 can stay active, independent, and free from many of the physical limitations often associated with aging. Far from being a slow decline, this stage of life can still be marked by growth, strength, and vitality if the right habits are embraced. Just as muscles are essential for strength and independence, the brain is central to living with clarity and purpose after 60. Cognitive decline is one of the greatest fears men face as they age, yet many don't realize how strongly daily habits influence brain health. Memory lapses, slower thinking, or difficulty concentrating are often dismissed as just aging. But research shows these changes are not inevitable. The brain has remarkable plasticity, meaning it can form new connections and strengthen existing ones even in later life. With the right support, men can protect mental sharpness and lower their risk of dementia significantly. Nutrition plays a critical role here too. Diets rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, and fish, patterns like the Mediterranean or DASH diet, are repeatedly linked with better brain health. These foods supply antioxidants that protect brain cells from damage, healthy fats that build strong cell membranes, and vitamins such as B12 and folate that support memory and nerve function. On the other hand, diets high in processed foods, refined sugar, and unhealthy fats are strongly associated with faster cognitive decline. In fact, studies show that people who consistently eat nutrient-rich diets have up to a 30% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's disease compared to those who don't. Physical activity is another major factor. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain and stimulates the release of chemicals that encourage the growth of new brain cells. Aerobic activities like walking, cycling, or swimming are especially powerful, but strength training and balance exercises also play a role in keeping the brain alert. Research from Harvard and other institutions confirms that older adults who exercise regularly perform better on memory and problem-solving tests than those who remain sedentary. Sleep quality is equally vital for the brain. During deep sleep, the brain clears out toxins and consolidates memories. Without sufficient sleep, attention and recall suffer, and long-term risk of dementia rises. Men in their 60s should aim for 7 to 8 hours of restful sleep and address problems like sleep apnea or chronic insomnia. which can silently harm brain health if left unchecked. Mental stimulation keeps the brain flexible as well. Learning new skills, reading, solving puzzles, or even engaging in meaningful conversations challenges the mind and keeps neural pathways strong. Studies show that bilingualism, musical training, or even late life education can all help delay memory decline. The key is not simply repeating familiar routines, but engaging the brain with new and challenging tasks. Social connection is often underestimated, but is one of the strongest protectors against cognitive decline. Loneliness and isolation are linked with higher risks of dementia and depression, while men who maintain friendships, family bonds, or community involvement enjoy better cognitive resilience. Regular social interaction reduces stress, boosts mood, and gives the brain constant practice in communication and emotional understanding. Finally, managing vascular health supports the brain as well. High blood pressure, diabetes, and high cholesterol can all damage the blood vessels that supply the brain. Keeping these conditions under control with healthy habits directly reduces the risk of stroke and dementia. Brain health is not something to leave to chance. Every choice, from food and exercise to sleep and social life, either strengthens or weakens mental resilience. By embracing these habits, men over 60 can protect their memory, stay focused, and enjoy clear thinking for years to come. Cognitive decline may be common, but it is far from guaranteed when the brain is given the care it deserves. Protecting bone health is another cornerstone of aging well, and it's often underestimated until problems arise. After 60, bones naturally lose density, becoming weaker and more brittle. This increases the risk of fractures, which can drastically change a man's independence and overall health. A single hip fracture can reduce mobility for months, sometimes permanently. Yet research shows that much of this decline can be slowed or prevented with the right habits. Bone strength is not just about avoiding breaks. It's about maintaining the foundation for an active, confident life. Nutrition plays the first role here. Calcium remains the most recognized mineral for bone health, and for good reason. It forms the structure of bones, and without enough, the body pulls calcium from the skeleton to maintain other vital functions. Men over 60 should aim for around 1,000 to 200 milligrams of calcium per day, preferably from food sources such as dairy, leafy greens, almonds, or fortified products. But calcium alone is not enough. Vitamin D is equally important, because it helps the body absorb calcium effectively. Without it, much of the calcium consumed goes unused. Sunlight exposure, fatty fish, fortified foods, and supplements when necessary keep vitamin D at healthy levels. Weight-bearing exercise is another proven protector of bone health. Activities that place gentle stress on bones, like walking, climbing stairs, or resistance training, stimulate bone-building cells and slow down density loss. Research consistently shows that men who remain active have stronger bones than those who lead sedentary lives. Even low-impact movements such as Tai Chi or light jogging can improve bone resilience and reduce the risk of falls. The combination of exercise for bones and muscles works hand in hand, since strong muscles also provide stability that prevents fractures. Protein intake also supports bone health. While many think of protein only in terms of muscle, it is also essential for the collagen matrix that gives bones flexibility and strength. Diets that balance protein with calcium and vitamin D show the best outcomes for bone preservation in older adults. Additionally, magnesium and vitamin K play supportive roles, helping regulate calcium balance and ensuring it is deposited in bones rather than in soft tissues where it can cause harm. Lifestyle choices matter greatly as well. Excessive alcohol intake and smoking both accelerate bone loss. Alcohol interferes with calcium absorption, while smoking directly weakens bone-forming cells. Reducing or eliminating these habits can significantly slow bone decline. Hydration also plays a subtle but important role. Chronic dehydration has been linked to increased fracture risk because it affects nutrient transport and joint lubrication. Equally important is preventing falls, which are the leading cause of fractures in older men. Good lighting at home, non-slip footwear, removing clutter, and practicing balance exercises reduce fall risk dramatically. Research shows that older adults who combine strength and balance training with environmental safety measures cut their risk of falls by nearly half. This simple attention to prevention is often overlooked, but can mean the difference between years of independence and sudden disability. Bones may quietly lose strength with age, but they respond powerfully when given proper care. A balanced diet, consistent movement, and avoidance of harmful habits all work together to keep them strong. For men over 60, protecting bones is not only about avoiding injuries, it is about securing the freedom to move, travel, and enjoy life without fear of sudden setbacks. Strong bones form the framework for a strong, active future. Another critical area men over 60 need to prioritize is metabolic health. As the body ages, metabolism naturally slows and insulin sensitivity often decreases. This means blood sugar regulation becomes more difficult, raising the risk of type 2 diabetes and other metabolic disorders. Excess abdominal fat, often called visceral fat, is especially dangerous because it surrounds vital organs and drives inflammation throughout the body. Left unchecked, poor metabolic health contributes not only to diabetes, but also heart disease, dementia, and even certain cancers. The encouraging news is that these risks can be greatly reduced through daily habits that stabilize blood sugar and improve insulin response. Diet is the foundation of metabolic health. Research consistently shows that diets high in refined carbohydrates, sugars, and ultra-processed foods spike blood glucose and overload the body's ability to manage insulin effectively. In contrast, whole foods, especially vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats, and fiber-rich grains, slow digestion and help keep blood sugar steady. Men over 60 benefit greatly from focusing on portion control, limiting added sugars, and balancing meals with protein and fiber to avoid sharp spikes and crashes. Even small shifts, such as replacing white bread with whole grain or swapping sugary drinks for water or unsweetened tea, make measurable differences. Timing of meals also plays a role. Studies suggest that eating earlier in the day, when the body is naturally more insulin sensitive, improves glucose control. Finishing dinner a few hours before bedtime allows the body to process food more efficiently and may reduce nighttime blood sugar surges. Some men also find benefits in time-restricted eating, where meals are consumed within a 10-12-hour window, though this should be approached carefully and tailored to individual health needs. Physical activity is equally important for maintaining metabolic health. Muscle tissue acts as a sponge for glucose, absorbing it from the bloodstream and lowering blood sugar naturally. This is why resistance training is one of the most powerful tools against diabetes. Even moderate aerobic exercise, like brisk walking after meals, helps the body handle glucose more effectively. Research shows that just 15-20 minutes of walking after eating can significantly lower blood sugar levels, making this a simple yet powerful habit. Weight management ties directly into metabolic function. Carrying extra abdominal fat increases inflammation and worsens insulin resistance. Losing even a small amount of weight, just 5 to 10% of body mass, has been shown to improve insulin sensitivity and reduce diabetes risk. The focus should not be on extreme dieting but on steady, sustainable changes that gradually improve body composition. Sleep and stress are two hidden factors that often go unnoticed but strongly influence metabolism. Poor sleep raises hunger hormones and lowers insulin sensitivity, making it harder to maintain stable blood sugar. Chronic stress has a similar effect, flooding the body with cortisol, which drives fat storage and increases cravings for unhealthy foods. Men over 60 who prioritize restful sleep and manage stress with relaxation techniques, breathing exercises, or regular downtime give their metabolism a major advantage. Regular health checks also play an important role. Monitoring fasting glucose, A1C, cholesterol, and blood pressure helps detect problems early before they progress. Early action is far more effective than waiting until medication becomes the only option. Metabolic health is not about chasing numbers on a scale or avoiding certain foods altogether. It is about building habits that keep energy steady, reduce hidden inflammation, and protect the body from chronic disease. By supporting metabolism through smart eating, movement, and lifestyle balance, Men over 60 can feel more energetic, stay leaner, and avoid the serious complications that come from blood sugar imbalances. This is one of the most powerful ways to preserve both quality and length of life. Another area that demands attention after 60 is the immune system. As men age, the body's defenses naturally weaken, a process known as immunosenescence. This makes older adults more vulnerable to infections, slower recovery times, and even reduced responses to vaccines. However, a weaker immune system is not something men simply have to accept. Research clearly shows that lifestyle habits can strengthen immune defenses, reduce inflammation, and improve the body's ability to fight off illness. A strong immune system means fewer sick days, faster healing, and better overall vitality in later years. Nutrition is a cornerstone of immunity. The immune system relies on a wide variety of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants to function effectively. Vitamin C, found in citrus fruits, peppers, and berries, boosts the production of white blood cells. Vitamin D, often low in older men, regulates immune responses and lowers the risk of respiratory infections. Zinc, found in nuts, seeds, and shellfish, supports wound healing and helps the body resist viruses. A balanced diet full of colorful fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains ensures the immune system has the tools it needs to stay strong. Research also shows that diets high in processed foods and sugar weaken immune defenses, creating an environment where illness takes hold more easily. Physical activity also strengthens immunity. Regular moderate exercise enhances circulation, allowing immune cells to move efficiently throughout the body. Studies show that men who walk briskly, cycle, or swim for at least 150 minutes per week experience fewer infections than those who remain sedentary. Importantly, balance matters. Overtraining can actually suppress immunity, while moderate, consistent movement strengthens it. This is why daily activity, even at lower intensity, is one of the most reliable immune boosters. Sleep is another critical factor. During sleep, the body produces proteins called cytokines that fight infection and inflammation. When sleep is cut short, these protective proteins decrease, leaving the body more vulnerable. Men over 60 who regularly achieve 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep enjoy stronger immune responses than those who sleep less. Research even shows that people who are well rested respond better to vaccines compared to those who are sleep deprived. Stress management plays a surprisingly powerful role as well. Chronic stress raises cortisol levels, which suppress the immune system and reduce its ability to defend against invaders. Stress also increases inflammation, which accelerates aging and weakens resilience. Simple practices like mindfulness, deep breathing, or spending time in nature lower stress hormones and improve immune balance. Social connection, too, reduces stress and strengthens immunity. Men with supportive relationships are less likely to get sick than those who are socially isolated. Hydration is often overlooked but essential. The immune system relies on lymph, a fluid that carries infection-fighting cells. Proper hydration ensures lymph flows smoothly, helping immune cells reach where they are needed most. Even mild dehydration slows this process and reduces immune efficiency. Finally, routine preventive care is part of strong immunity. Vaccinations against influenza, pneumonia, and shingles are highly effective in lowering risk, and regular screenings catch health problems before they compromise the immune system further. The immune system is like a shield that protects health from the inside out. For men over 60, keeping this shield strong requires daily attention through nourishing foods, regular movement, adequate rest, stress control, and hydration. By building these habits, men can reduce the burden of illness, stay active year-round, and extend their vitality far into the future. A resilient immune system is one of the most powerful allies in aging well. Equally important for men over 60 is maintaining healthy hormone balance. Hormones regulate nearly every system in the body: energy, mood, muscle strength, bone density, metabolism, and even sexual health. As men age, levels of certain hormones, particularly testosterone, naturally decline. While this is a normal part of aging, imbalances can become more pronounced when paired with poor lifestyle habits. Low testosterone, for example, is linked with fatigue, weaker muscles, abdominal fat, reduced motivation, and even higher risks of heart disease. Fortunately, science shows that lifestyle choices can support hormone balance and ease many of these changes. Nutrition is a primary factor. Diets rich in whole foods, healthy fats, and adequate protein provide the raw materials needed for hormone production. Healthy fats, such as those found in olive oil, avocados, nuts, and fatty fish, are especially important because hormones are built from cholesterol and essential fatty acids. Deficiencies in these nutrients can slow hormone production and worsen imbalance. On the other hand, excess sugar, refined carbohydrates, and highly processed foods fuel weight gain and inflammation, which further disrupt hormone levels. Research shows that men who maintain a nutrient-dense, balanced diet experience fewer symptoms of hormonal decline. Physical activity is one of the strongest natural hormone boosters. Resistance training, in particular, stimulates the production of testosterone and growth hormone, both critical for maintaining muscle mass and vitality. Aerobic exercise supports insulin sensitivity, which prevents the metabolic disturbances that can lower testosterone further. Men who remain active not only preserve strength, but also maintain a healthier hormonal profile compared to those who are sedentary. Body composition plays a direct role. Excess belly fat, especially visceral fat, acts like an endocrine organ itself, releasing inflammatory chemicals that suppress testosterone. Losing even a modest amount of weight can restore healthier hormone levels and improve energy. Research shows that men who adopt sustainable weight loss strategies often see natural improvements in testosterone without the need for medications. Sleep is another overlooked pillar of hormone health. Testosterone production peaks during deep sleep, and men who get fewer than 6 hours a night consistently show lower levels. Prioritizing 7 to 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep helps restore balance and supports overall endocrine function. Good sleep also regulates cortisol, the stress hormone, which when elevated for long periods can suppress testosterone and contribute to muscle breakdown. Stress management again plays a key role. Chronic stress and high cortisol disrupt almost every hormone in the body. Relaxation techniques, time in nature, meditation, or even engaging hobbies reduce cortisol and create a healthier environment for testosterone and other hormones to function properly. Men who consistently manage stress report greater vitality and fewer symptoms of hormonal imbalance. Finally, avoiding harmful habits makes a real difference. Excessive alcohol use, smoking, and lack of physical activity all accelerate hormonal decline. On the other hand, a lifestyle built around movement, nutrient-rich foods, rest, and balance helps keep hormone function steady well into later years. Hormonal changes are part of aging, but they don't have to define the experience of getting older. By focusing on nutrition, exercise, weight management, sleep, and stress reduction, men over 60 can support healthier hormone levels naturally. The result is more energy, better strength, improved mood, and greater resilience. A balanced hormonal system is not about chasing youth. It is about building the inner stability needed to thrive in the decades ahead. Another crucial factor for men over 60 is protecting brain health. The brain, like any other organ, changes with age. Memory lapses, slower processing speed, and difficulty concentrating are common complaints. While some decline is natural, research shows that lifestyle choices can significantly reduce the risk of serious conditions such as dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Protecting cognitive function isn't just about avoiding disease. It's about maintaining independence, mental sharpness, and quality of life well into later years. Nutrition is once again central. Diets rich in omega-3 fatty acids, found in fatty fish like salmon and sardines, support brain cell structure and improve communication between neurons. Leafy greens such as spinach and kale provide folate and vitamin K, both linked to slower cognitive decline. Berries are particularly powerful because they are high in flavonoids, compounds proven to enhance memory and learning. In contrast, diets high in processed foods, unhealthy fats, and added sugars are associated with higher rates of cognitive impairment. Research consistently shows that the Mediterranean diet and similar eating patterns provide strong protection against age-related brain decline. Mental stimulation is equally important. The brain thrives on challenge, and engaging in activities that require focus and problem solving keeps it active. Reading, learning a new skill, practicing a language, or even puzzles and strategy games stimulate neural pathways. Studies confirm that people who regularly challenge their brains maintain sharper memory and thinking skills compared to those who rely only on routine tasks. Lifelong learning is a powerful medicine for the mind. Physical activity supports the brain in surprising ways. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain, delivering oxygen and nutrients essential for healthy cells. It also stimulates the release of growth factors that help form new neural connections. Research shows that regular aerobic exercise, such as brisk walking, improves memory and slows cognitive decline. Strength training, too, has been linked to better executive function, which governs decision making and attention. Sleep is another pillar of brain health. During deep sleep, the brain clears away toxins that build up during the day, including beta amyloid, a protein strongly associated with Alzheimer's disease. Men who consistently get 7 to 8 hours of quality rest have a lower risk of memory loss and sharper focus. Skipping sleep, on the other hand, accelerates decline and reduces the ability to learn new information. Managing stress is essential for protecting the brain. Chronic stress damages neurons in the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for memory. High cortisol levels shrink this area over time, impairing recall and concentration. Relaxation practices, meditation, and social engagement lower stress hormones and help preserve mental resilience. Staying connected with friends, family, or community groups is not just emotionally rewarding, but scientifically proven to keep the brain healthier. Finally, preventive care matters here too. Regular checkups that monitor blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar are vital since uncontrolled hypertension, diabetes, and vascular disease are strongly linked to cognitive decline. Protecting the heart, as many studies confirm, also protects the brain. The mind is at the center of independence and identity. For men over 60, protecting brain health means more than just keeping memories intact. It ensures the ability to keep learning, making decisions, and enjoying life fully. With the right habits, the brain can remain vibrant and capable, providing clarity and vitality for many years to come. Equally important for men over 60 is maintaining digestive health. The digestive system changes with age, often becoming less efficient at absorbing nutrients and more sensitive to poor dietary choices. Common issues like constipation, bloating, acid reflux, or deficiencies in key vitamins and minerals can slowly erode energy and overall health. Left unchecked, these problems increase the risk of weight gain, weakened immunity, and even more serious conditions such as colon cancer. But with the right daily habits, digestion can remain strong, supporting vitality in every other system of the body. Fiber is one of the most important nutrients for digestive health, yet most men fall far short of the recommended intake. Fiber from fruits, vegetables, beans, and whole grains not only keeps the bowels regular, but also feeds beneficial gut bacteria. These bacteria produce compounds that strengthen the immune system, reduce inflammation, and even support brain health. Research shows that diets rich in fiber are linked to lower risks of heart disease, diabetes. For men over 60, aiming for 25 to 30 grams of fiber per day can transform gut function and overall well-being. Hydration is another simple but powerful habit. Without enough fluid, fiber cannot do its job, and constipation becomes more likely. Dehydration also slows digestion and increases the risk of urinary and kidney problems. Drinking water consistently throughout the day, rather than only when thirst hits, keeps the digestive tract moving smoothly and supports nutrient absorption. Probiotics and prebiotics also play a role in maintaining a balanced gut microbiome. Probiotics found in foods like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and kimchi introduce healthy bacteria that improve digestion and reduce inflammation. Prebiotics found in foods such as onions, garlic, bananas, and oats provide the fuel these bacteria need to thrive. A diverse gut microbiome has been linked with stronger immunity, better mood, and reduced risk of chronic disease. Regular movement supports digestive health as well. Physical activity stimulates the natural contractions of the intestines, preventing sluggish digestion and constipation. Even light walking after meals helps improve bowel function and reduces acid reflux. Men who maintain daily activity experience fewer digestive problems compared to those with sedentary lifestyles. Sleep also affects digestion more than most realize. Poor or irregular sleep disrupts the body's natural rhythms, which control appetite, metabolism, and gut function. Lack of rest can lead to overeating, slower digestion, and greater discomfort. Prioritizing quality sleep helps the digestive system stay in balance and makes nutrient absorption more efficient. Limiting alcohol and processed foods is another crucial step. Both can irritate the digestive tract, disrupt the microbiome, and increase the risk of serious disease. Reducing these habits while emphasizing whole, natural foods keeps the gut lining healthy and resilient. Finally, preventive screenings play a critical role. Colonoscopies and other digestive health checks may feel uncomfortable, but they save lives by catching problems like polyps or colon cancer early when treatment is most effective. For men over 60, staying up to date with screenings is a habit as essential as any dietary choice. Digestive health is at the root of overall wellness, because every nutrient that fuels the body must pass through this system first. By focusing on fiber, hydration, gut balance, and regular movement, men can maintain strong digestion well into later years. A healthy gut means better energy, stronger immunity, and a body that feels lighter and more capable each day.